Tyrannosaurus rex. The name alone conjures images of prehistoric power. It means tyrant lizard king. And for over a century, T-Rex has ruled our imaginations. It's the star of movies, the hero of books, and the main attraction in museums. When we picture a dinosaur, it's usually T-Rex massive head, banana-sized teeth, the ultimate predator. But why has this dinosaur captured our fascination so completely? The legend began with its discovery in the early 1900s. Henry Fairfield Osborn named it not just any lizard, but a tyrant king, a name that stuck. Hollywood ran with this image, making T-Rex the ultimate villain and cementing its status as the king. But T-Rex earned its fame, one of the largest meat-eaters ever, living at the very end of the dinosaur age. Its timing made it feel like the final greatest creation of the dinosaur era. Fossils found across Western North America show it was widespread and dominant. T-Rex became the benchmark for all scary dinosaurs. Was it the biggest, the fastest, the smartest? These questions fuel endless debates. The story of T-Rex is our quest to understand the limits of life on Earth. But as we dig deeper, we find the title of king isn't so secure. The prehistoric world was full of giants vying for the throne. T-Rex had a fearsome name, a blockbuster movie career, and the fossil evidence of a formidable beast. Yet the crown is always up for grabs in the world of dinosaurs. What made T-Rex so special? And could another dinosaur take its place? Let's find out what it really means to be king. The stage is set for a prehistoric showdown. Who truly deserves the crown? Let's size up the king. An adult T-Rex stretched up to 40 feet long and stood nearly 13 feet tall at the hips. Weighing up to 9 tons, it was heavier than the largest African elephant. This was no lightweight predator. It was a powerhouse built for crushing, not speed. Its tiny arms, once a joke, were actually strong and may have helped hold prey or push itself up. But the real engines were its legs, long, muscular, and ending in clawed feet for gripping the earth. T-Rex could likely move at 15 to 20 miles per hour, fast enough to catch large herbivores. Its skeleton was thick and robust, built to withstand incredible forces. The spine connected powerful legs to a devastating head. Everything about T-Rex screamed strength and adaptation for apex predation. It was a walking fortress of muscle and bone. This was a creature designed to find, fight, and kill other giants. Its body was a paradox, immense power, strange proportions, and perfect for its role. T-Rex wasn't just big, it was built for battle. Every feature had a purpose in the hunt. The king's body was its greatest weapon. If T-Rex wore a crown, it would be its skull. Over 4 feet long, the head was a masterpiece of engineering. Unlike other theropods, T-Rex had a wide skull and forward-facing eyes, giving it excellent depth perception. It could see in 3 dimensions, a huge advantage for a hunter. Its brain, while not huge, had large olfactory bulbs, meaning an exceptional sense of smell. T-Rex could track prey or carrion from miles away. It was a sensory powerhouse, not just a brute. And then, the teeth thick, conical, serrated, and up to a foot long. These weren't for slicing, they were for crushing bone. Fossilized droppings prove it ate bones, leaving little for scavengers. The bite force? Up to 8,000 pounds per square inch, enough to crush a car. No other land predator, living or extinct, comes close. This was its ultimate weapon. A single bite could shatter bones and end any fight. T-Rex's bite was the stuff of nightmares. Its jaws made it the undisputed top predator. The king's bite was its signature move. In the world of dinosaurs, nothing bit harder. That's why the legend endures. Jurassic Park gave us the myth, stand still and T-Rex can't see you. In reality, T-Rex had sharp forward-facing eyes and a brain built to process static images. Standing still would make you an easy target, not invisible. Another debate, was T-Rex a hunter or a scavenger? Some argued it was too big and slow to hunt, imagining it as a giant vulture. But evidence tells a different story. Healed bite marks on other dinosaurs' bones show T-Rex attacked live prey that survived. That's proof of active hunting. A scavenger doesn't leave survivors. The truth? T-Rex was an opportunist. Hunting when it could, scavenging when it made sense. Like modern lions or bears, it took every advantage. This doesn't diminish its status, it makes it a smarter predator. The myth of the motionless hunter is just that, a myth. T-Rex was a dynamic, adaptable apex predator. It ruled its world by any means necessary. The king was both hunter and opportunist. Survival was the real game. In the Cretaceous, you did what it took to stay on top. And T-Rex did it better than most. For years, T-Rex was thought to be the biggest meat eater, but discoveries in South America and Africa revealed new contenders. the Carcharodontosaurids or shark-toothed lizards. These giants, like Giganotosaurus and Carcharodontosaurus, lived millions of years before T-Rex. Giganotosaurus, found in Argentina, was slightly longer than the largest T-Rex. Its skull was blade-like, with teeth for slicing flesh, not crushing bone. Carcharodontosaurus from North Africa was another massive predator. These dinosaurs hunted alongside the largest herbivores ever, Titanosaurs. To take down such prey, they had to be huge. The southern giants were kings of their own domains. Comparing them to T-Rex is tricky. Fewer fossils mean less certainty. They may have been longer, but T-Rex was heavier and more robust. It's the classic brawler versus swordsman matchup. Who would win? We'll never know. But these giants prove T-Rex wasn't the only king. The throne was always contested. Each giant ruled its own time and place. The dinosaur world was full of rival monarchs. The king's crown was never safe, and the competition was fierce. Giganotosaurus was the first real challenger to T-Rex's size supremacy. Discovered in Patagonia, it measured up to 43 feet, just edging out T-Rex. It lived 30 million years before T-Rex, ruling a land of giant sauropods. Its hunting style was different, a long, low skull with blade-like teeth for slicing, not crushing. Giganotosaurus likely used a bite-and-slice technique, wounding prey and waiting for it to weaken. There's evidence its relatives may have hunted in packs, taking down prey far larger than themselves. Imagine a group of 40-foot predators working together. Terrifying. Was Giganotosaurus a better king? It was longer, but lighter and less robust than T-Rex. Its brain and senses were less developed. It was a giant, but perhaps a less sophisticated one. Giganotosaurus represents a different solution to being a top predator. It was a contender, but not the undisputed king. The evolutionary tree of giant predators had many branches. Each found its own way to rule. The crown was always up for grabs. If Giganotosaurus was a challenger, Spinosaurus was a game-changer. Found in North Africa, it was longer than both T-Rex and Giganotosaurus, up to 50 feet. But Spinosaurus was no land-based hunter. Its body was built for water. A crocodile-like snout, conical teeth, high-set nostrils, and dense bones for buoyancy. Its most striking feature? A massive sail on its back, over 5 feet tall. The sail's purpose is still debated. Display, thermoregulation, or something else. Spinosaurus had a huge paddle-like tail for swimming. It was the top predator of the Cretaceous rivers, eating giant fish and anything near the water's edge. On land, it couldn't match T-Rex's power. But in the water, it was king. Spinosaurus shows that dominance comes in many forms. The dinosaur world wasn't just about land battles. Some kings ruled the rivers. Spinosaurus was the ruler of its own domain. The crown fit many heads. T-Rex and the giant carnivores get the spotlight, but the dinosaur world was full of royalty. Triceratops with its horns and frill was a tank, an herbivore king. Raptors like Deinonychus and Utah raptor were small, smart, and deadly, possibly hunting in packs. Their intelligence and teamwork were a different kind of dominance. Sauropods like Argentinosaurus ruled by sheer size, too big to challenge, shaping entire ecosystems. Every dinosaur was king of its own niche. Armored ankylosaurs were living fortresses. Duck-billed hadrosaurs thrived in massive herds. The dinosaur world was a tapestry of rulers, each adapted to their own way of life. The idea of a single king is a human invention. In reality, there were many monarchs. Each species found its own way to rule. Dominance wasn't just about size or teeth. It was about survival, adaptation, and success. The real kingdom was diverse and complex. So, was T-Rex truly the king of the dinosaurs? It was massive and powerful, and the apex predator of its time. Its bite was unmatched, its senses sharp, and its legend enduring. But the crown was never uncontested. Giganotosaurus, Spinosaurus, and others ruled their own realms. The title of king shifted across continents and eras. And what about the herbivore giants, the cunning raptors, the armored tanks? The answer depends on what you value: strength, size, intelligence, or survival. The dinosaur dynasty was too rich for a single monarch. T-Rex will always be the cultural king, but the real world had many rulers. The true dynasty was the dinosaurs themselves, dominant for over 150 million years. T-Rex was the last and most famous of a long line of prehistoric royalty. In the end, the crown belongs to them all.